Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Greg. I'm a percussionist with the Princeton Symphony and this instrument is a marimba. That piece of music is called Flight of the Bumblebee. It's by composer Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov. It's from his opera The Tsar Sultan. And in the opera, while that music is playing, there's a bee flying around. So we're imitating the movements of bees, the buzzing, and then the quick changing of direction, sometimes in the melody, like that. In the piece, a magical swan turns the prince into a bee so he can go and visit his father. We determine if an instrument is a percussion instrument by how we get sound from it. The tambourine is a great example of the 3 different ways we get sound from a percussion instrument. We can strike it, we can shake it, or we can scrape it like that. All I'm doing when I scrape it is letting my finger bounce up and down across this leather head to cause vibrations. And of course the vibrations are what makes the sound. To help make it a little more sticky, I just put some beeswax on there and it helps build the friction when I scrape my finger across. So the 3 ways to get sound from a percussion instrument: strike it, shake it, or scrape it. So, a couple of pieces of music that involve the tambourine. I'm going to play just a little bit from Carnival Overture by Dvorak. That's just the very opening of the piece. There are a few beautiful sections for tambourine in Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker. I'm going to start with the Ma Mère Gigonne, where we play right along with the rest of the orchestra in rhythm. Just like that. And of course, we have the trepak, or the Russian dance. For that one, I'm going to flip it over and play against my knee. And then the last one from the Nutcracker, it's the most beautiful. It's the Arab dance. It's very delicate. I'm going to leave my hand on the tambourine to help it play softer. So those are little excerpts from the Nutcracker by Tchaikovsky. On to another piece of music by Tchaikovsky. This is the ballet Romeo and Juliet. And the cymbal player imitates the sound of the swords hitting together. So while the dancers are having a sword fight on stage, I'm providing the sound effects in the pit. The next instrument I'm going to play for you is called the snare drum. The snare drum is used quite a bit in symphony orchestra music. A snare drum has a shell that's made of either wood or metal. This one is wood. And then we have a head stretched across the top and one across the bottom. They can be plastic or they can be calfskin. These are plastic. Now, it also has these metal cables stretched across the bottom head. I can turn this switch off. Now the cables hang away from the drum. It sounds just like that. If I turn the cables on, they're tightly up against that bottom head. So when I hit this head and it makes the drum vibrate, it makes the cables vibrate also, so they contribute to the sound. The cables are called snares, and that's where we get the word snare drum. I'm going to put this little piece of cloth muffler on here so it doesn't ring very much, and I'm going to play a piece by Prokofiev, Peter and the Wolf. In Peter and the Wolf, we have a narrator on stage that paints a picture with words about the story of the wolf and Peter and other characters. Some instruments represent specific characters. For example, the bassoon represents the grandfather. The snare drum, alas, doesn't represent anybody, but we get used quite often during the hunting scenes when they're looking for the wolf. So this is the snare drum part for Peter and the Wolf. There's a living American composer who's writing for percussion I just love, and that's John Williams. As an example, try and go listen to some of the Star Wars music, particularly the main theme. And now the main theme from Star Wars. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for supporting the Princeton Symphony. Take care.